This could mean nothing, or it could mean something. How often do you ever even hear about William McKinley, let alone twice in the span of about 8 hours? So on my morning walk, before work, I go on a morning walk and I listen to primarily political commentary from YouTube, all my YouTube subscriptions. So I'm subscribed to Steve Pieczenik, and so I start off the day with his opus that I missed the night before. So this video came out on June 2nd, which was, as of now, yesterday. Came out like near the end of the day. I also listened to the X22 report, or Mark Dice does like a 5-minute thing. My walk's about a half hour, so I get 5 minutes from Dr. Steve, 5 minutes from Mark Dice, and then usually X22 takes me out of there. Maybe even like High Impact Flicks or Paul Joseph Watson or Chris Duane with Truth Never Told. At the end of every Dr. Steve opus, he leaves you with a quote, and usually the quote is a riddle or a metaphor for what he's really getting at. So listen to what he says here at the very end.
So let me quote to you a famous line from President McKinley. He said, "I'm a man who believes in tariffs, and I will stand on the tariff platform." Remember that, Mr. President, and thank you very much.
So I don't know if that was like a veiled threat to Trump or not. And then, so now on my after work walk, let's just point this out. A William McKinley quote on tariffs. Okay, it matched what he was talking about. He was talking about the tariffs between Mexico and then China as well. So then I'm just randomly listening to Glenn Beck. It's not like I'm seeking out Glenn Beck, but he just happened to show up. I think it was this must have been a suggestive video. But anyway, so this one came out June 3rd, next day, within, I heard the Pieczenik in the morning before work, and I heard this Glenn Beck after work on my walk. Listen to what Glenn Beck says.
So he shot the president. The president died. The president was McKinley.
So this could mean absolutely nothing, but it's pretty random within, as far as these were published, 24 hours of each other, to have two William McKinley quotes. The last time you probably heard about William McKinley was in high school, maybe. And it probably was just about that there were 4 presidents assassinated, and it was Lincoln, Kennedy, Garfield, and McKinley. And somebody actually shot Ronald Reagan, but Reagan survived. So 2 William McKinley references in one day, and who knows, if you were watching videos today, if you saw another William McKinley reference, let us know in the comments. Hey, I'm just pointing this out. It probably means nothing, but it's pretty random. And I'll tell you this too. Earlier this year, I'm like making the bed, and then this thought came to my mind, and I said, why did James Garfield get shot? And so I looked it up, and it was somebody from the Oneida cult that shot James Garfield. And then I was like, the Oneida cult? What is that? And then they're actually the ones, I think, that make the Oneida silverware and the faucets. It's just a weird tidbit. The Oneida cult. Oneida? And also worth noting with James Garfield, after he was shot, he lived for 100-something days, and it was that he had the most terrible doctor of all time. He's so bad that it's worth looking up, and his first name was Doctor. His actual first name was Doctor, and the doctor was really bad. And then McKinley, he died. He also got shot and lived through the shot, but then died from gangrene, and his successor was Teddy Roosevelt. And FDR heard about it, and he said he was excited about it. Crazy. Anyway, just keep this William McKinley thing in mind. It probably means nothing, but just in case, I'm just sounding the alarm because it was pretty random.
So let me quote to you a famous line from President McKinley. He said, "I'm a man who believes in tariffs, and I will stand on the tariff platform." Remember that, Mr. President, and thank you very much.
So he shot the president. The president died. The president was McKinley. He was shot by a fan.